When you have a dude that can do what this Lionel Richie guy can do, you can go very far. I've said many times again, Barcelona can get the cannibal. You can throw in Neymar, you can throw in Dembele. Iniesta, look, he was tight. They will only go as far as Messi does. And Messi's first, do you know how good your goal has to be where you clean the strike so beautifully that a top elite keeper like Buffon, even though he's a bit old now, doesn't even move? Because you look at that first half, he was actually pretty tight, and you're seeing Dembele, he's still trying to figure out his way into the team, losing the ball a few more times. But you can still see that he's still trying to understand that this is a possession-based team, that it's not really the kind of direct attacking team that Dortmund is. Cannibal had a really bad game, just one of his very bad games. Um, really, it was really messy, and Iniesta were really getting things going. Semedo had a solid game. Umtiti has to, you got to look at Umtiti as one of the top five defenders. Every time I see him, this guy is just extremely consistent and hardly makes any mistake. PK almost handled the ball. But Semedo looks very good. So I think, Valverde is a very smart man, because him bringing in Semedo shows that he understands that you need a defensive solidity. You can have all the whole attack in the world, but you need defensive solidity, and Semedo gives them that, as well as also be able to also provide something going forward. But once Messi just put his foot in and said, you know what, I'm here to win this game, it was over for Juventus. And I think the issue with Juve was that they simply, I mean, okay, yeah, they were missing guys, but I mean, there was no real, because first half there's some chances in the first half, but they did take them. I think Dybala, he tried his thing, but he sort of waned away, especially in the second half. Higuain had a rubbish game, and I think that's where it comes from. I thought Costa looks really good, and Matsuri was having a pretty good, strong game. But I think once Messi just really pretty much turned it up, it was hard for people to mark him, because again, he has no position. He's so smart in how he picks his positions on the pitch. Once he's facing up to you, it's pretty much the end. It's very hard to tackle him down. And you've seen that when you beat Barcelona is when you beat Messi. But when Barcelona pretty much rip that ass open is when Messi really comes to entertain and comes to the ball. Shout out to the ref for being, I think, the first ref ever to actually book a player for telling him how to do the job. I hate all these players trying to say book him, book him, book him. Shut your mouth and just play the damn game. So good on the referee. But for Juventus, he kind of had another flop of a game. They needed better movement. They needed to be quicker with the ball, because there were opportunities where a crossfield pass played a lot quicker would open things up. So it's not like if Barcelona were defensively solid. Yes, Umtiti and Semedo were very good, but the Juventus just did not play the pass quick enough, and I think they were too slow, a bit too lethargic. And again, you look at your striker, because once your midfielders are coming up in an attacking position, your striker is the person that gives you the right kinds of options. And Higuain's movement just wasn't interesting enough. It wasn't inventive enough, and he didn't really give Dybala or Pjanic good, interesting options to try and play a ball into him, or try and create a nice through ball. So I just thought, what, for Barcelona, look, again, you have to look at Messi primarily, and also Iniesta. And I think Iniesta, I was even saying it during my live things, that I think that Paulinho needs to be brought into the team a lot earlier, and you need to move Iniesta further up. Because I think what's happening is that Iniesta still needs to protect Biscuits, because you sort of still need that kind of like double two guys in the central midfield, just to give you much more presence. But I think Iniesta, he's showing that he still has the legs. He's still ridiculously smart, and his ball control is so off the chain that I want him playing further up to add much more creativity. Because I think that Iniesta is still a killer in the final third, based on his superb passing and his supreme control, which is still probably the best in the world. So yeah, look, man, Messi just ripped them open. He opened that ass up. Juve just got ripped open, and I think Messi's two G's, they were just completely out of this world. But I just look at that first G, because that shot was just, I mean, Buffon didn't even move. He didn't even move. He was like, man, let me just evoke my inner scarecrow here. So for Juve, it ain't the end of the world. But you're looking at how impressive Sporting Lisbon were. I believe that they'd be like Olympiacos 3-0. So they're going to have to be at their best against Olympiacos. But I do think that there are some good, interesting things there. But this is why it goes to the points of, like, especially for Juventus, you have to have an alternative to Higuain. Okay, obviously, Mandzukic is not was unavailable, but I just felt that for Juventus, a guy like a Costa, and all these guys, Alexandro, you're crossing the ball. Like there was a very good opportunity where like Costa put in a superb cross. Higuain was flipping almost at the flipping the outside the 18-yard box. That's just stupid. As it's completely and utterly stupid. But look, man, it's all about Lionel Richie, it's all about Messi. And those guys in Barcelona are finished. No.